Hello everyone, Xin chào các bạn. Welcome back to my channel. I'm thrilled to be filming this video from my living room in Hanoi. It's been a little while since my last video, and I want today's video to be kind of a life update where I can share a little bit of where my mind and my heart are at. Vũ and I spent about 7 months in America. We went back in February, just in time for my sister's wedding. I'm so glad we had the ability to be back for that, to celebrate with her and to celebrate with our family. Since it was the middle of winter when we went back, I got to see snow while I was there. But I do have to say, even though summer in Vietnam is pretty hot and humid, I think I prefer Vietnam's warm climate to having bitter cold and depressing winters in America, like what I went through this year. Our time in America was such a different pace of life than our life here in Vietnam. Personally, my work life there is much more rigorous than here, but there I still can't afford all the services that I have in Vietnam, so sometimes it doesn't quite seem worth all the effort. I got to work as a nurse throughout that whole time, which allowed us to hit some of our financial goals for the year. I was working night shift, so 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. that whole time. So by August, I was ready for a change of pace in life. But all in all, I'm so glad I had those months in the States because it allowed me to appreciate both the pros and cons of living in both of my countries. And speaking of a different pace in life, next year will bring a big change for Vu and I. Some of you might already know because we announced it on our @Vu and Brooklyn Instagram, but we are expecting our first child. It's a little girl, and we are so excited and overjoyed to welcome a little one into our little family. This baby is due to come right at the beginning of the new year. Though the first trimester was pretty rough for me, I'm doing well now, and the baby is healthy and growing right on schedule. We are so thankful. Of course, there's so much to prepare for and adjust to with having our first baby. I'm learning so much, not just about having a child, but also I'm learning some different cultural expectations and practices around having a child here in Vietnam versus how I grew up in America. I'm looking forward to sharing some of this journey with you as I go. So please let me know down in the comments if this is something you're interested in hearing more about. As I'm filming this episode, I've been back in Vietnam for just over 3 weeks. And honestly, it's been so refreshing. Now, before coming back, I was nervous about how I would feel. A little background. So, all of my life, I have been sad or nervous whenever I come upon a change or transition, whether it's good and I'm excited about it or whether it's not so happy of a change. Because of this, I've learned to not be surprised when I feel sad and to not think too much of it because it happens every time. As I was making preparations to come back to Vietnam, I was a little nervous and sad to be leaving America again. I enjoyed my time working there, catching up with friends and spending quality time with family. And I was sad to give this up again. I knew I would be stepping back into a very different pace of life and just a different life in general. I was nervous about communication as I still have so much Vietnamese to learn. I knew my eating habits would change again, and also that I would have to rely on the community around me for things that I normally am able to do by myself in America. But these past few weeks, I've been realizing that I'm more capable than I thought. I'm not starting out fresh this time. In 2024, I came to Vietnam not really knowing anything, but in 2025, I now come back to Vietnam and it's my home now. In 2024, I was a new bride adjusting to life with a new husband, but now in 2025, we have over a year and a half of marriage under our belt. And life together feels so peaceful and natural, and we know how to give and take from each other in a healthy way. In 2024, I was meeting people here for the first time, but now in 2025, I have relationships that I'm so thankful for, and I look forward to continuing to grow those relationships. Of course, I still feel overwhelmed with learning a foreign language, but now it seems a little less foreign, and I just feel so hopeful and excited to learn this language and learn this culture that will be the backbone and music of my life for years to come. When I started this channel over a year ago, it was mostly personal reflections as an American, but also a Vietnamese bride. These last 6 months or so, I've shared mostly educational content. My current thought is that this channel will still be mostly English education videos in the form of a slow podcast, but I do want to sprinkle in some more personal videos like this from time to time. Let me know what you think and what type of content best resonates with you. You can expect to see these videos here more regularly, and I'm excited to be here for you. For now, goodbye, but I'll see you in the next video.